Good evening, and welcome to another edition of What I'm Drinking, in which we explore the ins and outs of beverages that flow in and out of my life. Sometimes, well, they flow, but we won't talk about the flowage. A couple of weeks ago, we took a little vacation, headed up to Buffalo, and it's a drinking town with a football and hockey problem. And wherever we go to Buffalo, we always stay with friends in the same place. And there is always a refrigerator full of beer, which is just the best lodgings ever. But this particular visit was also enhanced greatly. Shortly after our arrival, a friend of ours showed up with a suitcase full of liquor, or a little case with liquor, and it was very exciting. And then we found out, I found that there was a little bottle of Jägermeister in the freezer, so I popped one of those too. And boy, that took me back to 1987. Ooh, yay, liquor! So one of the things he brought, which the moment I saw the label, I just kind of winced and said, "Wow!" This is it here. This is the bottle. Mellow Corn. That's right. Mellow Corn. This is corn whiskey, which is a little different from bourbon. Bourbon is usually about 51% corn. Mellow Corn is 81% corn. That's a lot of corn to drink. And this is it's also 100 proof, which is 50% alcohol, which most of your whiskeys, your generics, your table whiskeys, as you may, those run about 80 proof, which is 40%. This is 50. This goes up by 10. Yeah. So this is really exciting. It's also bottled in bond, which means it's warehoused for 4 years before it's sold, and along with something like an Old Grandad or Wild Turkey 100 proof. So this is a rare beast. I'd heard of corn whiskey. I've heard of moonshine, which is obviously a lot different, but I've never seen Mellow Corn before. And the label is just so out of 1938. It's just spectacular. So we tried it, and it's like Mellow Corn. So we're going to try it again, just to maybe enhance the experience of a Buffalo basement. Oh man, Mellow Corn. Look at that. Look at that beautiful color of a field somewhere east of Pickerington, where the corn grows high on both sides of a rural road, and you can hear it growing at night if you turn your car engine off. But you don't want to turn your car engine off out there, because there are things creeping in the corn too. So anyway, this is Mellow Corn, and would my Scottish wife like to try some more Mellow Corn?
Sure.
So I'm going to give her some in an authentic. Since we were in Buffalo, I bought a little tchotchke at the Buffalo Bills store, and yay go Bills! So there you go. Is that good? Because, yeah, she's not really a whiskey drinker, but Mellow Corn.
But this is corn whiskey.
This is corn whiskey. And it's mellow.
It is mellow considering how.
There's one more thing I have to tell you about that, but we're going to drink it first. I mean, you can smell the alcohol. It's just woo. But you can also smell. You can also smell a little bit of caramel. And there's plenty of corn. Plenty of corn.
It's weird because there's no peat. There's nothing like the typical signifiers for whiskey for me.
It's nothing like this is New World whiskey. This is not old country whiskey. This is from the New World.
This is the whiskey that made America great.
Corn. Bourbon is an American drink. Bourbon, corn. They're kissing cousins, as the corporation that owns this, Heaven Hill, says. Corn whiskey and bourbon are kissing cousins, and maybe in Kentucky they are.
Whoa! They're also married.
So
when they were 13.
It's kind of like drinking popcorn or corn on the cob with a lot of alcohol behind it. Again, it's different. It's something you really should try because it's not awful. It's actually pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's what you want if someone dug you out of a snowdrift.
Mm-hmm.
That would
It's
that
very
would put
warming.
fire in your veins.
It's very warming.
Yeah.
And the final thing I should mention about this is Mellow Corn cost $11.99 for a fifth. Yes, I said $11.99, and that was in Buffalo. And we were talking about this. You know, if we had heard of Mellow Corn back in the '80s when we were drinking
we were younger.
cheap Jacobazzi out of 3-liter bottles, I think we'd be dead right now because this would have been probably about $6 or $7 a bottle, and we could have forked over the change and out of our pockets and the cushions and pulled together enough money and resources to get a bottle of Mellow Corn on a Friday night, and it would have been gone by sometime on Saturday, and on Sunday morning we would just be completely dead watching the Cajun Cook on a public television, hungover, and hoping that someone would make some eggs for us. Am I revealing too much here? So that's Mellow Corn. Mellow Corn. And we got some other stuff from our Buffalo journey, which we will be using in future editions of What I'm Drinking. So remember, Mellow Corn. If you can find it,
Ask for it by name.
ask for it by name. Don't get Georgia Moon. That stuff is no. Ask for it by name. Straight corn whiskey. Mellow Corn. It's got the barrel on the label. Drink it. Enjoy it. Cheers.
Kiss your lover goodbye.
Until next time.